Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Darlington Raceway for the 17th race in the 2020 NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series. We're here for 74 laps of racing under the lights as the playoffs loom closer. This race was a playoff race last year, but this year it's one of the countdown races, and I'm joined by Vince Freeze in the booth for what will surely be a great night at the Lady in Black.
100%. This is the throwback track. Everyone wants to win here. And like you said, Zach, pressure is mounting. We got people who need to make a win in the situation. We're getting close to that. And people just need to stay close in points. And we also have strategies that come and play later, for sure.
Indeed, strategy very much. Last year, this race, clear weather, 77 degrees. One driver stretched it on one stop. Austin Alves got the win by over a lap in a caution-free race. But tonight, cloudy weather, 85 degrees. Drivers might be using a little more fuel. The track has aged a little, so we'll see if the tire fall off counteracts the different weather. But we'll surely be in for a good night nonetheless, and who knows, we might get a caution that shakes everything up. But the fuel window is about 33 to 36 laps. So these drivers, most likely, some will have to two-stop regardless. But it could be a one-stop night if some of these guys play their cards right. On the front row is the 88 truck once again. Jack James drove this truck to a pole last year with Matthew Brown next to him. 88 divided by 8 is 11. Cole Baker sits to the outside of Adam Flickinger here in 2020. Row 2's Benjamin Ice and Zach Rogers. Row 3, your 2019 champ Logan York and Carter Friesen. Row 4, Jeff Toledo and Keith Rich. And in row 5, making his third start on the season is Johnny Gardner with Charlotte winner Edwin Mendez. So Cole Baker became the 5th rookie winner on the season last week and the 6th first-time winner as well. As now Baker joins teammate Yael Carrillo, Carter Friesen, Jeremiah Duane, and Andrew Rich as a rookie winner on the season. We'll get to your point standings in a moment. First, let's go down trackside for the command.
All right, well, the fun doesn't start until we ask our drivers a question. Are you ready? Drivers, will you please start your engine?
Truck Series drivers pull off a pit road, and we'll take a look at them point standings. Henry Sanford leads 27 points over Yael Carrillo. Carter Friesen 43 back, with Sam Young and James Ellison 61 back. Remember, the points leader at the end of the regular season gets 5 extra bonus points for the playoffs. All the drivers who have won, except for Audra Baranauskas, are in the top 25. Baker's 22nd, so he's a little bit in the danger zone. And Baranauskas is 33rd, so she's outside looking in. With that said, the 3 drivers in on points right now is Sam Young, Keith Rich, and RJ Bishop. Outside looking in, Colt Hudson, Logan York, Leland Fief, Michael Markle, and Jesse Turner. As we come through turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to go racing at the Lady in Black, Vince.
Here we go. Flickinger going to lead us down. And the green flag is in the air here at Darlington.
Almost forgot to mention, fastest in practice was Carter Friesen. And fastest in happy hour was Keith Rich. So both of the guys in the practice sessions qualified in the top 10, which I think is the first time we've seen that all year.
Single file at the double file at the back out of the Flickinger as Ice goes for second. York coming for third under Baker.
And Adam Flickinger will lead lap 1. Almost forgot to mention for Adam, he won his first career cup race last week at North Wilkesboro. Following that up with a pole here tonight, could he get his first Truck Series win of the year? He won twice in 2019.
Top 3 pretty much stringing out right now. Is see a little breakaway.
And Benjamin Ice with the run will make the move for the lead into turn 1 on lap 3. And
Nice,
you'll see
sends it in
this.
there.
You'll see this all night. The top side just does not work going into the entry of turn 1. And it'll cost you several spots if people are bunched up enough. Jeff Toledo driving the truck Adam drove last year, trying to get that 16 truck to victory lane once again.
Looking Drew, let's off the throttle. As Ice and York.
Benjamin Ice leading. Ran several races last year. Logan York, 2-time winner and champion. Still looking for that first win in 2020. As he's one of those guys outside looking in on points. Baker winning last week. He's in third. Gardner making only his third Truck Series start. He's running fourth, so great night for him right now. Jesse Turner, another of those guys outside looking in. Hasn't won a race in his career yet. He's fifth. And don't look now, but it's the intermediate master, Donovan Cage. 4 career wins in the Truck Series and all at intermediate tracks.
You know, Cage is always going to be a threat on intermediate type tracks. You got Carter Friesen back there.
Friesen running
just
8th.
falling off like a rock.
Bradley Ream in 9th. And 10th place now, Jeff Toledo. Toledo and Adam falling back from the top side as Keith Rich will move up to 12th. As they've single filed out at the front.
York might be trying to go underneath Ice pretty soon, though. He's getting close. Oh, here we go.
And York right on the bumper of Benjamin Ice. Cole Baker closing in. Gardner, Turner, and Cage. Draft going to be a huge thing tonight at Darlington as Baker's looking for second.
Sends it in there in the 1. And he might go for a double on his satellite teammate.
Cole Baker looking for the race lead off of turn 2 on Benjamin Ice. Could Baker be the first to go 2 in a row in the Truck Series? I don't recall it ever being done in history. Side by
Spikes back on that
side.
high line.
Logan York managed to only fall to third. And
Ice holds it.
Ice holds it, man. Wow. What a drive off turn 4. And that just shows you how different the ends of this racetrack is, Vince. 1 and 2 bottom line preferred. 3 and 4 top lines kind of got somewhat of an advantage. Let's see if we can see it here with York and Baker. You see York.
Yeah, York checked up. Yeah, he checked up.
York had it through most of the corner, and then right there, imagine that. That's the finish for the win right there. Baker with the edge. But now into turn 1, you get into turn 1, and the top side's just not as strong. Baker is going to lose 2 positions. Can he hold off Gardner? Gardner's charging, but Baker will keep himself cleared for now. Jesse Turner's up to third. We haven't seen Turner near the front looking for a win since Pig Stadium.
Good run for Turner. He's been consistent so far.
And he'll make
He's
the
going
move for
underneath
second.
Yeah.
So York's going to fall to third again. Will he lose more positions? Gardner 5th, Cage 6th. Friesen's in 9th, and Keith Rich is 10th. Fastest lap on the track goes to Carter Friesen. So Friesen fastest in practice, fastest in the race. Keith Rich fastest in happy hour, 3rd in the race.
Oh, got a battle for the leads. Ice and Turner.
And how about this? Jesse Turner looking for that first career win. Will take the lead away from Benjamin Ice on lap 11. And let's look at that tire fall off, Vince. Already 8/10 of a second.
Yeah, 11 laps, 8/10 of a second. We're pretty much looking at a second or more as we let this run go on, and that fuel window becomes more of a concern later down the road.
Now, I was looking at last year's race the other night. The best time was about a 29.0 in clear weather, and the fall-off went down to a 31.0. So we'll have to see. We're already at a second here for Turner on lap 12. Will the fall-off be more than 2 seconds will be the big question when we look at it in 10 laps.
Logan York is sending it in there. He's just getting a little draft.
York with a huge run. So York again right back up to second. Cole Baker has really gone nowhere in 3rd. Ice 4th. Gardner 5th. Jeff Toledo back up to 6th. Keith Rich is making his way through the field now as he takes that position away from Jeff Toledo.
Ooh, looks like Baker and York right on the back of each other there.
Baker
Close
really
contact.
peeking for that spot. And
Give Ice a run.
That'll give Ice a run. Baker had to check up. Keith Rich will make a move on Johnny Gardner. Man, what is with this 21 truck? He is flying. Started 8th on the high side, not a preferred starting position. And he has just driven his way back up into the top 10. Same could be said for Yael Carrillo. He's back up to 10th place. We saw him falling earlier as Zach Rogers runs in 11th.
AGR looking strong tonight.
There's Friesen in 12th. Now, here's someone we didn't talk about, Nico Tringali. He's running 13th. Tringali has not won a race in the Cup Series yet this year. But this is the site of his last Cup Series win. Darlington last year, he got the dub over, I believe it was indeed Johnny Gardner, by about 5 seconds. So Tringali got the nod to run the 54 truck this weekend, trying to get back in his groove. Maybe we'll see him win again in the Cup Series, but Darlington always a tricky track, as we see Cole Baker is getting trained.
Yeah, he's going to get trained here. We got Bradley Ream underneath. Yael, Gardner getting trained.
And Baker and Gardner get stuck on the top side with a lot of trucks lined up. Edwin Mendez, man, looking for the top 5.
Let's look here.
If we go back to the front, it's Turner and York 1-2, Ice 3rd, Keith Rich is 4th. Let's go to the back of the field. We haven't done it all night. Oh man, this is crushing. Audra Baranowskis is running 42nd. Ellison 41st. Sanford, the points leader, in 40th.
Bree McShane, Cody Rhodes.
RJ Bishop, one of the guys in on points right now, is having a bad run, while Logan York and Jesse Turner run at the front of the field. That is not good for Bishop. You can see he's trying to gain some positions here. Michael Markle, another driver, up there on the points. Jeremiah Dwayne, Andrew Rich, some race winners. Rich won in the Cup Series here back in 2018. He's running 31st tonight in the Truck Series. So we go up through the field. Here's Jack James. Strong run last week at North Wilkesboro. Got the pole here in the 88 a year ago. So he's trying to move his way up the field. There's Colt Hudson. One of the other guys outside looking in right now, Sam Young. This truck was driven by Dylan Young a year ago here. And Dylan led a beginning portion of the race. Sam trying to improve his running position. He's in the top 20 behind Gene Sanford. Donovan Cage. Cage was in the top 10. He's fallen down to 18th. Gardner now 16th. Adam Flickinger 15th. His battles to get into the top 10 continue. Tringali is going to take 10th away from Friesen. And just look at all the positions Friesen loses.
Turn 1 is just a death sentence on the outside.
Man, it's really easy to lose positions here going into turn 1. And it's so hard to gain them back. As we're back into the top 10, Zach Rogers has made his way up to 8th. Baker's down to 7th. Ream is up to 6th. Mendez 5th. And as we look at the front, Keith Rich is making a move on Logan York for 2nd.
Ice on York almost. There's a little contact there.
Ice backed out. I don't know if York kind of blocked him a little bit or what, but I'll tell you what, Vince. I look at this top 10 and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 veterans. As Keith Rich is looking for the lead on lap 21. How fitting.
Here comes Mendez underneath Ice.
And Rich didn't clear him off of turn 4. That bunched up the top 5. And Turner will fall to 4th as Mendez moves into 3rd.
It might bring Ream and Baker into the battle. This is almost like a little mini plate race here. Everyone's coming in.
Draft is just playing such a big role. So we look at the fall off. It's hit 2 seconds, 22 laps in. So who knows? They might be able to go one stop after all.
Mendez underneath York.
If the fall off continues to go like this. So now Mendez moves up to second, Turner back to third, and Ice will actually pass for fourth as York falls to fifth for what feels like the sixth time.
Ebbs and flows, man. We talked about this since
Ebbs and
I've come to
flows.
his broadcast, but I always talk about it, and especially with these trucks, right? They punch a big hole in the air. That draft is about, who knows, a run's worth on the straightaways.
And you really see it. We've seen drivers, like for instance, York right now. York will be like that close to Ice. Say he's that close coming out of turn 2. You'd see Ream check up behind York because he can't make the move to the inside, and that would allow the next truck behind to get a really big run and make the move into turn 3.
Yep, and then the fall off too. Add the fall off, everyone's just staying close together. Like the top 3 as a group, and then these 4, and then the Rodgers is leading that third pack now. Everyone's coming.
And you really got to give these drivers credit because this was the first race here was a year ago and it went caution free, and so far this race 25 laps in is going caution free again, and unless something crazy happens during pit stops, I really don't see how they're going to wreck because you'd have to randomly go 3 wide.
And Darlington, to give credit to the track, is one of the toughest pit lanes in all of the sport. So we'll see how they get off the banking into the transitions, but
York showing his experience here. He was back right to the bumper of Bradley Ream, and he's driving away from these rookies, Ream, Baker, and Ice. They're the top rookies on track right now, and Carrillo is back into the top 10. Ibrahimian running in 11th as Jeff Toledo has fallen down to 12th. Max Anderson is running 13th. We really haven't talked about him tonight. Leland Fief, another one of those guys looking in from the outside on points, is running 14th. And man, Gardner was running top 10, but he's fallen outside the top 15. Same with Adam Flickinger, and they have not been able to rebound. As now it looks like Zach Rogers and Tringali are drafting up to the 3 rookies. Ream runs in 5th place. That's 2 more points from 6th to 5th. 5th to 4th, another 3 points. 4th to 3rd, another 3 points. 3rd to 2nd, 4 more points. And then Keith Rich, who's leading.
top 3 goes to tail pretty much. You can throw a blanket all, and Turner tried to peek there. He's just staying right behind. Interesting.
So we're on lap 28. Remember, we've had a total of, as I'm counting again because I always forget, 10 different winners this year, and only 9 of them are top 25 in points. Baker's the one in the danger zone, but he's running 6th tonight. If he can stay top 10, he'll likely bump himself up in the points some more. We've also got to consider that after tonight, there's only 3 races left, and you can only gain a max of 56 points a race if you win the race and lead the most laps. If you finish second and lead the most laps, you gain 51 points. So it's going to become who's 153 points ahead of 26 in points after tonight, if anybody. And we'll be looking at that for Cup 2. There's actually some guys who, you look at it, they're so far ahead right now after 4 races, they're already pretty much locked into the playoffs.
You can take those last 3 and just take a vacation or try new setups, pretty much. As you can see here, Rich and Mendez. I wonder what the fall off is. I think these guys have lost almost 2.5, 3 seconds because
we're at the end of the run. Oh yeah, it's almost 3 seconds. So cloudy weather, but the track age from last year, and Jesse Turner's going to pit on lap 31.
That's a 2-stopper. That's a 2-stopper right there, big time.
Logan York, Cole Baker.
I like the undercut. If you want those fresh tires now, you're going to come out ahead of the field here, I think, if they get the pit stop execution right as they come in.
And now the big thing I'm looking at here is when you pit again the second time, because you're definitely not making it 42 laps, what will the game be here?
Comes Cage.
Oh, Fief makes a late dive.
Well, that almost caused a wreck right there. Sam, everyone's coming in the front.
Keith Rich, Edwin Mendez, the next first two down. So now my thought process is, Vince, the later you pit on the second stint, the less fuel you're going to need to the finish.
Does someone really roll the dice and go 37 laps? That's the next question, too. I don't think so, but never know.
Well, Bradley Ream is leading on
Maybe
lap
coming in.
33. No, oh, yep, he is. You're correct. Tringali, Jeff Toledo, Ibrahimian, Gene Sanford, Jack James, Toby McCoy makes a late move. That's 10,
Torres.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15 trucks on the third wave. Last year it was 13, but then again, the field size last year was only 36 trucks compared to 42 this year.
See how much this undercut worked. He's got a big head of steam here. He's around Rogers. I think he's about to get this next group right here. Yep, Mendez, there's Rich, yeah.
So, yeah, there's the
Great.
fall off. There's the 3 seconds of fall off. So now it's really going to be how you use your new tires to the guys who pit before you, because Turner is gone. And
That
there's
undercut
Logan
works.
York. York made it past on the undercut too. So that'll put Keith Rich in third and Mendez in fourth for the time being. As Bradley Ream comes out of pit road, let's see what the top 10 is. Turner leads, York second, Keith Rich
He's got
third,
to recycle.
Mendez fourth, Baker is fifth, Zach Rogers sixth, Carrillo seventh, Fief eighth, Cage ninth, Ice 10th. So Bradley Ream and Tringali actually fall out of the top 10, but they've got the freshest tires on the track and will need to take the least amount of fuel when it comes time for that second pit stop. So Jesse Turner is back out in front. The first round of pit stops just finished. We're going to take our first break of the night, and we'll be back with more action from Darlington. We're back here at Darlington, and Jesse Turner is under fire from Logan York for the race lead. And it looks like he's going to lose it. And here comes Keith Rich and Edwin Mendez. Jesse Turner down to fourth.
Left side view right there, and you could just tell the new, fresher tires just grip the track better, and the tire wear is less, the fall off. And here comes Mendez.
Mendez
The
looking
three.
for second place on Keith Rich. The 21 and 83 pit on the same lap. York pit on the same lap as Turner, but clearly either draft is just so strong or they made an adjustment. But I don't know. I'm gonna lean towards the draft because Turner is not going anywhere just yet.
York could run away if they keep battling like this, though. They have to single file out and then try to catch him. Because right now he's running away a little bit with this side by side.
As you can see, fifth place is 4 seconds back.
Yeah, these guys back here just hoping for either a yellow or we get a strategy call to have any shot at the win.
So Baker's running fifth. He won a week ago. If he can finish top 10, that would really boost him in the points once again. Zach Rogers is running in sixth in what is his 9th race of the season. If we look at the standings, in his 8 starts, Zach has 2 top 10s, while his teammate rideshare Ace Rogers has 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s. Ace has been doing phenomenal this season. Coming into tonight, Priya McShane, who started the full season, behind Gene Sanford by 9 points and behind Ace Rogers by 14 points. So, I mean, that's kind of crazy to look at someone who's run 5 less races, 8 less races, being above a full-time driver on the points. But Ace is not in the truck tonight, so he will likely fall below McShane, depending where she finishes. She was running at the rear before, and she still is. She's 40th. as Cody Rhodes has fallen behind the pack. He's 5 seconds behind Dylan Thomas. Carter Friesen is down to 36th.
Bad pit stop or something went wrong in the pit road there.
Let's see. We are looking at these standings. There's a lot of battle in mid-pack. No one else has really dropped off the map, per se. Max Anderson up to the top 10 now. There's Tringali in 12th, Ream in 13th. Remember, these two have the freshest tires on the track, as Logan York is under fire, I believe, from Edwin Mendez. And Mendez has taken the lead. New race leader on lap 46. The guy from Charlotte, Edwin Mendez.
Also like that southeast corner of the country, because he's taking it to him tonight. But, man, Turner and York, those guys fell off the cliff so far. That tire fall off.
Could we see another multi-race winner here? That would really shake things up again.
Comes York, though. He coming back on Rich.
Cage has won 3 races. Carrillo, Friesen, and Rich have won twice. That's 4 drivers. Could Mendez be the 5th? That would be something, because we're not really seeing multi-race winners in the Cup Series, but we are in trucks. As you said, York charging back. He passed Keith Rich back. So the 1 lap difference is not a huge issue for York. It seems to be for Turner, because Turner has not been able to really fight back just yet.
I think Turner was out there in clean air that early in the run where he had that big gap and just used it up to try to get that lead, and now he's paying the price here. As not Tringali, 51. Is that Nanico?
Yeah, that's Casey Nanico. Nanico with the fast lap on the race. Jeff Toledo 2nd, Ellison 3rd, Dwayne 4th, and Torres is 5th. As the only driver at the front on this list is Keith Rich, who ran that lap on the first stint. As you can see, Rich and Turner are not really drafting the way back up to York and Mendez just yet.
About halfway through the second stint here. So let's see.
York closes in a little bit. Keith Rich inches up again the same. They only gained about half a tenth. So while they're working on that, let's go back to some actual fighting. Cole Baker in 5th, Ice 6th, Carrillo 7th, man. These Toyotas, the strength from them tonight.
They're squatting up here with Rogers behind and Anderson, Cage, Ream.
Rogers has fallen down to 8th. Anderson still holding 9th. Cage 10th as Reams made it up to 11th. So he passed Tringali back, and now both of them have gotten by some other drivers. As, man, there's Andrew Rich. Rich was running 31st earlier tonight, and now he sits 14th.
Good pick call. Good stop, and overall good strategy to get back in the top 15. Maybe 10 on the second row. We'll see what happens with the pit stop shaking out.
And now, the only 2 we really looked at that we know have the freshest rubber is the 22 and the 54. So anybody else who just starts moving their way through the field, I would be safe to assume pit on that 3rd group, because it was 15 trucks. And now you see this is where you kind of get stuck, because you have the fresher tires, but you really have nowhere to go with it if you don't set up the run the right way. Just look at this train from 5th place Cole Baker to, I believe,
17th James.
Yes, 17th Jack James. And now look at how many spots Cole Baker's going to lose. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4.
He'll hold it up here, though. I think he'll get a good run on exit.
So he loses 3 positions right there. Ooh, Anderson's going to try and keep him up there. He could lose even more now.
3 and 4 will get a run, though, right here on exit.
Man, look at Carrillo had the check up so much on the exit of turn 2, and it allowed Ice and Zach Rogers to pull away. And now Cage and Remo get stuck on the top.
This is a momentum-based race. Do you have the run on the outside in 3 and 4 to really clear 1 and 2? Because Baker did, but then he got pounced on again by Tringali and Anderson. He'll
And
just clear him barely, and then he pulled back again.
And remember, Baker pit on the first group, so his tires are likely aging here. He can't hold the top as well as he was earlier. Is he going to clear until turn 1 this time? Yes, he does again. And Jeff Toledo will fall back.
Yeah, I think Baker's the slowest one of this group. Is Ice and Rogers have gotten away.
Ice and Rogers, Carrillo, that's 5th to 7th. And Baker is still under fire as Andrew Rich is closing in on the top 10. So 2 Cup Series Darlington winners looking for the front. And actually, we've got all the Darlington winners in frame here. 2017, Johnny Gardner. 2018, Andrew Rich. In 2019, Nico Tringali. I just realized that all the Cup winners are in this race. So how about that?
A good irony right there is Anderson falls back and save.
Oh, we got a wreck. Bradley Ream's been turned.
Gotta keep it up there. Gotta keep it up there.
Oh, no one's hit him just yet. No one's going to hit him either. Wow, I'm surprised no one ran into Bradley Ream right there. Caution, flag waves, and the strategy game has gone right out the window.
Oh boy.
Ream will get in line at the line in 40th. And Cole Baker had just gone to pit road.
Did he make a hero move right there? It's either he's going to the back because he came in too early. That's a hero move right there by Cole Baker.
If he gets out before the pace truck gets to him and rounds the pack, he could be the leader.
Cole Baker, he's got to get the
pending no penalty.
He's out.
So Baker's out. And now he'll have to get past the pit exit before any of these guys comes out. But let's watch these pit stops. Mendez leads them in. York second, Rich third, Turner fourth.
Logan York gets held up a little bit there, waiting for Mendez. Gardner's coming in. Got to watch this entrance from the guys in the back.
And it looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop for all. I doubt anybody would take 2 right sides here.
It was Mendez.
Mendez out first. Adam Flickinger is pulling into his stall. Okay, York, Keith Rich, and Turner. So now where does Baker yield? Baker's going to yield in second place.
If barring no penalty.
Barring no penalty, indeed. Which if he was in pit road before the caution came out, he shouldn't get one, but you never know. All right, so Mendez is your... Actually, no, he's third place. York is in front of him, too. We didn't see the 33 there blending in. So we'll see if the lap of difference under caution does anything, but let's take a look at what brought out the first caution of the night. What happened with Bradley Ream? All right, looking at the replay for this yellow, and I'm a little stumped on what Bradley Ream was thinking. And I don't know if maybe he thought Gardner was going to make a move 3 wide and he had to give room, but he just pinches Anderson into the wall, and he's not even with him, and he just gets himself turned.
As simple as that. I think Jack James is going to run into the back. Yep, just a little bit.
Other than that, though, we saw no one hit Bradley Ream, which is honestly spectacular because we've seen wrecks into turn 3 in the Cup Series before, and they have been straight pile-ups. But the fact that
here is the...
I thought Ream was going to inch down, but man, he didn't. Everyone makes it through, and Ream got it back going. But that is the look at the first caution of the night, and we'll get you guys to the race restart. All right, we're getting ready to go racing. It'll be 14 laps to go. I don't anticipate another yellow due to the single file, but you never know. And everyone's topped off on fuel, 4 fresh tires. No one's going to have to pit again. So let's go through the top 10. Mendez leads. Logan York second. Cole Baker third after pitting when the caution came out. We'll see if he has a penalty or not. He should. If he does, he'll have to serve it in the first or second lap. Keith Rich is 4th, strong all night. Turner 5th. Zach Rogers 6th. Carrillo 7th. Andrew Rich is 8th. He was outside the top 30 on the first run. What a race for him. Benjamin Ice is 9th, and Gene Sanford is 10th. Tringali has fallen to 26th, and Ream sits in last. 14 laps, Vince. What do you think? This is going to get crazy. Everyone's on the same tires now.
Here we go. It's a fight to the finish as Mendez leads us back at lap 61, and we're on our way here at Darlington again.
And right now would be a very bad time to get plopped on the outside. As the top 10 single file through turn 1.
To the backstretch, moment of truth coming up, though. In these next 3 laps for Baker. And I think what happens is, oh, here we go.
York will make a move for the lead. And Baker is not leaving the track. I think he's in the clear.
What call by Baker and the crew is York's going to lead at the... Ooh, what a finish that be.
Mendez got it by an inch, but 2, 3, 4 positions, maybe 5 positions.
It sends a cold one in there as...
Keith Rich fell as well as York goes to the lead. So we're going to see this, I think, for the rest of the run. It's really going to be how you set up your draft and how you make that pass in turn 1 as York is starting to inch away.
Turner looking.
Ooh, Turner really looking on Cole Baker.
Baker chops him with the arrow block. Good cutoff there.
Turner's still looking for that little bit of clean air. So York would be looking for his 3rd career win and his 1st of the year to lock into the playoffs. Turner would be looking for the 1st win of his career to lock into the playoffs. Zach Rogers, part-timer, here to just spoil the fun. Andrew Rich trying to maybe join Donovan Cage as a 3-time winner this year. Ice in 6th. That would be a 1st career win.
But here comes the pack at the front.
Yeah, Keith Rich has not won since Homestead all the way back in 2017. And this is his final season of Truck Series competition.
Turner shuffled out of line.
Turner and Logan York. But does Baker have enough push? No, I don't think so. Unless he shoves it in here. Oh, he does!
Sends it in there.
Baker sends it in. York checked up. He didn't want to get himself wrecked. And Zach Rogers pushing friend Cole Baker to the front. Could Baker go?
Have a good run.
Baker looking to go back-to-back. He just won a week ago. We talked about momentum and hot streaks, Vince. Remember what James Ellison did? 3 straight second-place finishes and a win in a 4-race span. And Baker looking to get hot right before the playoffs.
Best time to get hot is Rogers is not done yet, nor is York. They're trying to come in. Rich is coming. Mendez is back in the picture.
York only fell down
by a stretch.
York only fell down the 3rd, but Jesse Turner has fallen fast. And York will be the next one to make a move. Gardner does the same with Keith Rich. And how about
York is ready?
How about it? We mentioned it. Rich, Tringali, Gardner. They've all won here in the Cup Series. Rich is 3rd. Gardner's up, closing in on the top 5. I just think right now the best position to be is 2nd.
Oh, maybe 3rd. 3rd might be. That's the 2nd move from the 3rd.
Rich will make the move on York, and I think York will fall in line in 4th here. There's a decent gap from Mendez to Zach Rogers. And Rich is looking for the lead on Cole Baker. Rich has spoiled somebody's fun before this year. He did it to James Ellison at Martinsville.
Rogers underneath York for 4th. Gardner's coming all of a sudden.
Mendez back up the 3rd now. He'll make the move for 2nd again.
Seems like 3rd place just gets a big run from the 2 cars in front. Just slingshots. It's Baker.
Rich will fall in line in 3rd. 3 Cup drivers, 3rd to 6th. Or 4 Cup drivers, rather. Mendez has been in Cup before, too, though. He's won in Cup as well, I think. I could be remembering wrong.
Top 9 in a row.
5 laps to go that time by at the line. Mendez would be looking for his 2nd win of the year and his 3rd of his career in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. And now I would not want to be Cole Baker because these guys have really tightened up single file. Rich, though, with the move in turn 3 is going to change that.
That's going to hurt these guys because now Mendez is going to get a run. It's going to take longer
Baker's going to gain some ground here. That could be bad, but Mendez and Gardner are on the top. Rich up to 2nd. Rogers 3rd. Could keep Rich clear in the 4th. He does. I don't know if Carrillo's going to clear for 5th here. Oh, it's really close. He might get him on the entry of 3 here.
Got his wrath. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it right there. But to the top of the field, 3 laps to go at Darlington. Oh, look at the run by Andrew Rich.
Doesn't have enough, though. I think Baker's just cutting him off with the arrow.
Cole Baker started this race in 2nd place, and he wants to win. Coming to 2 to go this time by. Rich right on his bumper. Zach Rogers the same. Here comes Keith Rich. Here comes Carrillo. York 6th, Mendez 7th as they battle for 8th. Greg Torres is in the top 10. And again, 3rd place. 3rd place with the move.
There goes Rich underneath Rod.
Keith Rich the 3rd. How about Zach Rogers? Zach Rogers has won in the Truck Series. I want to say once. No, I can't find the win here. Anyway, we're coming to the white. I'll look at it later.
Does Rogers make the move with the white? Does Rich spoil the party for 3rd?
White flag in the air. Keith Rich again, 3rd place.
3rd place does it. That might be all. Ooh, does Rich get back there?
Keith Rich is looking. Does he make the peak into turn 3? That's the big question. No, he didn't really get a run off of 2.
I think we're going to have a back-to-back Cole Baker into 3 and 4 for the final time.
Final time for Cole Baker. He won his 1st career race a week ago at North Wilkesboro. And tonight at Darlington, back-to-back wins. And I don't think it's ever been done before.
What a pit call, boy, Cole Baker. What a pit call. And what a driver, man, just to hold these guys off.
Keith Rich 2nd, Carrillo 3rd, Andrew Rich 4th, Zach Rogers 5th, York 6th, Mendez 7th, Gardner 8th, Gene Sanford with a heck of a run in 9th. That is her 3rd top 10 this season. And Jeff Toledo rounds out the top 10. Wow, what a race, Vince.
We had that caution turned everything upside down. The racing was just like a super speedway race towards the end there. Incredible race.
Turner fell down to 12th, Ice 13th. Baran Oscus. Wow, Baran Oscus was running at the back of the field most of the night, and she drove her way up to 15th because of that yellow.
A yellow hurt Tringali, though. I don't see him on the first page.
RJ Bishop ends up 20th. Markle 21st. Those are guys on point. Sam Young 24th. Henry Sanford, your points leader, coming in 30th. Adam Flickinger was running well tonight. He finishes 35th. Tringali, like you said, fell down some more to 37th. And the damage, Reem just couldn't recover from it. 42nd for Reem. Tough break. But Cole Baker, 2nd win of the season. And man, oh man, talked about hot streaks. James Ellison earlier this year, second, first. That was the 4-race hot streak. Baker, could he continue? Win. What are the next 2 races going to hold for that 11 machine? We head to 2 road courses next, so I think it's going to be a little bit harder to run a hot streak like this. But nonetheless, 2-time winner, joining teammate Yael Carrillo for Joe Gibbs Racing, man. Wow.
And Joe Gibbs, man. Joe Gibbs has been strong, especially at these intermediates. And we'll see what happens, though. Like you said, 2 road courses, and I think Pensacola ended that. Or Armory Digital. Yeah.
Next 3 races, Moose Steck, a new track, Island Rally. The trucks haven't been there before. and then Armory Digital to end the regular season. Man, that'll do it for me tonight. Cup race tomorrow night, 92 laps of action. I'll see you guys there.